Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to learn how to connect 16 by 2 and 20 by 4 LCD displays with the Raspberry Pi Pico with the help of this I2C module. These modules are pretty handy when it needed that we need to connect LCD with the Raspberry Pi Pico by using the I2C interface. So this is how this module looks, and we take this normal LCD which has 16 input pins and we connect this module. These are 16 pins, they go into these and we solder them, and at the output of it we are having 4 pins. One is the VCC that will be connected to 5 volts, second is the ground pin, and then you have serial data pin and serial clock pin. The circuit diagram is pretty easy, and this is the circuit diagram. So here you will give 5 volt to the VCC, ground will be connected to the ground of Raspberry Pi Pico, and the SDA pin of this I2C module will be connected to the SDA of the Raspberry Pi Pico, SDA, that is serial data and GPIO number 0, and the SCL of the I2C module, this pin, SCL pin, it will be connected to the SCL of the Raspberry Pi Pico, that is serial clock. This is GPIO 1. So this is the simple circuit diagram, and let us now take a look at the MicroPython coding. And here, as you can see, we are using a 20 by 4 LCD display, and all the 4 rows are being used to display some data. Also, this code is made in such a way that a normal 16 by 2 LCD will also work. So first let us move to the MicroPython. Let me stop the execution of the code, and the first thing which you have to do is I will give the link of these two libraries. First is pico I2C underscore lcd.py. This is the library, and the second one is lcd underscore api.py. So you have to do is store these two libraries in the flash memory of the Raspberry Pi Pico. For that you have to go to view and select files, and then in the flash memory of the Raspberry Pi Pico you have to store these two libraries. I will give the link in the description down below. So once you have installed the libraries, now you will open this MicroPython file, lcd-demo.py. This is the file which I have written, and when you run it, so first it will scan the I2C and it will show the decimal address of the I2C device, and if the connection is successful it will display a message, and now it will ask you about the LCD rows. So since I am using a 20 by 4 LCD, so the number of rows are 4. I will hit the enter, and now it will ask me about the columns, so I will enter 20. Now as you can see, the code is again starting, and you can see the messages on the LCD display. Hellfire Robotics, please subscribe. 80% of you have not subscribed to my channel, and now let me stop it, and now I will change the LCD to a 16 by 2 LCD in the same code, and I will run the same program. So as you can see, this is a 16 by 2 LCD, and here also we have attached a I2C module. So first let me change it. So I will take out these pins, and let me just connect the VCC to the VCC pin, the ground to the ground pin. Now let me take this serial data pin and connect it to the SDA, of the 16:2 LCD. Now let me take this serial clock pin and connect it to the SCL pin. Okay, so we have to execute the program again, because this is a 16:2 LCD and the previous program was for 20:4 LCD. So we will run the program again. So this is scanning the device, and LCD rows are 2 because this is a 16:2 LCD, and the number of columns is 16 in this LCD. And before that, because there are only 2 rows, so we have to comment out these. So now let us run the MicroPython script. So it is scanning the device, and let us now enter the number of rows. The number of rows are 2 and the number of columns are 16 in this LCD. So now as you can see, the 16:2 LCD is also running with the same program and the same API and the same libraries. Here only we are displaying 2 lines of data because the 16:2 LCD has only 2 lines or 2 rows. So we have modified the code a little bit. So now let me stop it and let us move to the MicroPython to see the MicroPython script. So this is the LCD demo.py. So first is you will import pin and I2C classes from the machine library. And now from this library you have to import I2C LCD and import microtime. Now declare the pins for I2C communication. SCL pin is at pin number 1, GPIO1, SDA pin is at GPIO0, and this will be serial data pin. SCL pin will be serial clock pin. Now initiate the I2C object. So this is the object for the I2C communication. You will use this constructor. This is the positional argument, that is I2C ID. SCL pin, SDA pin, these are keyword arguments, and give it a frequency of 100,000. Now you will scan the I2C port for available devices. You will use this method on this object, and if the result is not empty, you will print the connection is successful, else you will print no device is found. Now you have to set up the LCD. So you will make this variable I2C address. This is the address of the LCD and you have to change it according to your LCD. Now numLines is the variable that will store the number of lines in the LCD. Number of lines is the same as the number of rows. So you will ask the user by using this input function and convert it into integer. Similarly, this is the numColumns, which will ask the user about the number of columns in the LCD and you will convert them into integer. And now you have to define the LCD object on the selected I2C port. For this we are using this LCD object, and you will use this constructor I2C LCD, and first parameter is the I2C object, second is the I2C address, third is the number of lines, and fourth is the number of columns. So this constructor will take 4 parameters and it will construct the LCD object. Now when the LCD object is created, it is very simple. You just have to apply different methods on this LCD object. So we will make an infinite loop while true, because we are only testing the program here. So now start populating the data on the LCD. Now I have written down almost all the methods which are available in the API, so that you do not have to open the API yourself and then look for different methods. I have already written down these in the demo code, and if you have to use it, you just have to uncomment it. Just uncomment it and use it. If you do not want to use, then you can totally skip it. So these are the various methods which are present in the API. So while true, this clear method will totally erase everything on the LCD display. So first we will make sure that nothing is written in the LCD. So we will use this LCD object dot clear method to erase everything on the LCD. And now just give a small amount of time delay, that is totally optional. Now there is another method which is show underscore cursor. What this will do is it will make the cursor visible in the LCD, and I am using this. You may totally skip it. There is another method which is hide cursor. I am not using it, so I have commented it out. It will hide the cursor from the LCD display. Now to turn on the cursor and make it blink, you have to use this method, blink underscore cursor underscore on. There is another method, blink cursor off, if you want to turn it off. Now if you want to control the back, this method is used to turn the LCD display on, LCD object dot display on, and this is for turning the display off. Those in the red are not being used in the program, but I am telling you explicitly so that you do not have to go to the API to look for it. If you want to use, you can uncomment it and use it in your program. If you do not want to use, you can totally delete it. So these are for displays. If you want to turn on or off the backlight of the LED, this yellow backlight, you can use this function on the LCD object, dot backlight on or backlight off. Since we want the LCD to have the backlight on, so I am using this function. Now the most important part is you have to populate the LCD with the data. So we will use move underscore to method. This method moves the cursor position to the indicated position. The cursor position is 0 based. It means the first row and the first column will be 0 and 0, not 1 and 1. So you make two variables. First is cursor underscore x equal to 0, that is the position of horizontal coordinate, from 0 to 15 in the case of 16:2 LCD, and that will be from 0 to 19 in the case of a 20:4 LCD. And then make another variable cursor y equals to 0. This variable will hold the x position, x coordinate, and this will hold the y coordinate. Here I have written many comments. If you are not able to understand, you can read these comments. X equals to 0 indicates position of horizontal coordinate from 0 to 15 for a 16:2 LCD, that is column number. Cursor X will represent the column number, cursor Y will represent the row number. Okay. So first you initiate and put the cursor at 0, 0, and then you apply this method move to LCD object dot move to at this location, cursor X, cursor Y. It means the cursor is at 0, 0. And now there is a method put char. If you want to put a particular character, I am not using it because I want to put an entire string or a sentence. I do not want to put individual character. So you can also use put char, but I am using put str, put string method. It writes the indicated string to the LCD at the current cursor position and advances the cursor position appropriately. So I will use put str method on the LCD object. So here I am using LCD object dot put str, and this is the string which I want to put at 0, 0. So as you can see, it is showing hellfire. Now sleep for some time given in microseconds. This directly puts the LCD module to sleep. Please note that this method is putting the LCD to sleep. It is not putting the Raspberry Pi Pico to sleep. So if you want to explicitly put the LCD module to sleep, you can use this method, and here it will take the time in microseconds. So I am giving 1 million microseconds, that is equal to 1 second delay. So between Hellfire and Robot-X, you can see there is a delay of 1 second. Now again I am putting the cursor X to 0 and cursor Y to 1. 0 is the column number and cursor Y equals to 1 is the row number. Row number means second line. And now I am moving the LCD to this desired cursor location, that is 0, 1, and now I am putting the string Robot-X, as you can see from the LCD display. Here if I am using a 20 by 4 LCD screen, so I will put 2 more lines of code because there are 4 rows in a 20 by 4 LCD. So this is the same code repeated. This will be for cursor position 10, cursor X is at 10, cursor Y is at 2, and I am putting the text please, and now I am moving the cursor to 10, 3. This is the row, this is the column, and I am putting please subscribe. Microtime.sleep 3 is totally optional. That totally depends on your application. And at the last I am doing is LCD object.clear. I am totally deleting everything from the LCD screen and the code repeats itself. So this is the end of the video, and thank you very much for watching the video. If you have any queries related to this, kindly post in the comment section down below.